Free spears and RKOs is legal. You can do that.
Tired of typing tons of notes during class?
So she came on here to get all this sad sympathy. You on your Megan Thee Stallion shit right now. She came on here to get all that sadness. To make that look like a bad guy because he didn't pick you. That's crazy.
This a nut, bro.
Who is Gigi? The first comment say it's Gigi. Who is that? How cooking with Kaya, India Love, Zaddy, Deshae. Not
Hey, yo, that nigga says daddy.
first comment say it's Gigi.
He was just a teenager at the time, and there were a lot of distractions, being in a brand new country. According to past streams, he's admitted that dietary changes caused him to start struggling with his weight for the first time in his life. In one live stream, he told stories of staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning, going out to local 24/7 convenience stores, and loading up on junk food.
My mental got so bad that I would stay up until 3 or 4 in the morning. Chat, anybody know Winco? Winco was basically the supermarket near me, right? They would be open 24/7. Tell me why. 2 in the morning, I would get up and I would walk to Winco. I would come back because we don't have this in Sweden, right? And I was so new to everything. I would buy the 10-pack of cookies, they're big M&M cookies. I swear, I told myself I'm gonna just eat one. I ate the whole package one night. That's why I know I'm down for it. Whole pack, it was like 4,000 calories, bro. I dead ass sat there after eating.
That said, he put on about 40 extra pounds of weight. Literally, day by day, he started to see his basketball game suffer. He was slowing down as a player, was mentally exhausted, and his teammates and coaches started to notice. At first, his coaches began by cutting his time on the court. This only worsened his bad mood and depressive state. Marlon found himself caught in a vicious cycle. To get out of it, he was going to need to make some major changes. But just before he realized what he needed to do, his situation got a lot worse. He has claimed that coaches wanted to secretly find a reason to get him off the team. This is pretty much speculation from Marlon, but it's possible it was true based on how few games he got to play. With the ongoing pandemic that had hit earlier that year, a new policy was enacted for Lower Columbia College athletes. Coaches explained to him that he would no longer be allowed to play for the Red Devils basketball team. This triggered an issue with his student visa, and he was forced to leave his basketball dreams behind and return to Sweden. This was devastating for him and would change the course of his life forever. What he didn't know at the time was that this setback was just laying the groundwork for a new life. Marlon had to start making some pretty big decisions about his life and what he was going to do to get back on his feet. In various streams, he's reflected on that time and talked about being in that difficult position. Lots of people go through setbacks, but you can't let them throw you off. He pivoted his goals and kept moving. He said that sometimes the plan you think is meant for you isn't the real plan. It just takes life experience to figure that out and redirect. That's the first big step Marlon took to change his life. He didn't dwell on the pain of missing out on an NBA basketball career. Instead, he started planning for a new dream. There was one night after getting back home in Sweden that he realized what he wanted to do next. He decided he was going to become a top streamer on Twitch. He knew it wouldn't be easy, and things were going to get pretty rough along the way. But before we get into that, we need to go back to his upbringing and see what helped shape Marlon into who he is today. It may be surprising to some, but Marlon is actually from Sweden. He rarely speaks in Swedish, and most fans assume he's American because of his accent. He grew up in Malmö, Sweden. His birthday is September 7th, 2001. His parents are Zandra Garcia and Stefan Lundgren, but not much is publicly known about what they do for a living or what his childhood was like exactly. What we do know is that he has spoken pretty highly about his parents over the years. He's talked on streams about how they are the reason he has such drive. He said that their hard work made him want to work hard too, and he's grateful for all their support. No doubt Marlon's parents did a good job bringing him up. By the time he reached high school, he was ranked a top 5 best basketball player in Sweden. Marlon has proven that it's important to find people who can inspire you to work hard and support you in your goals. Even though his goal of joining the NBA fell apart, he was able to keep going because he had people in his corner who supported him. After having to move back to Sweden, he decided to start streaming, which brings us to his big final chapter, the chapter he's currently living in. and the one that sets him apart from millions of people striving to become content creators or top streamers. About a year ago, almost no one knew who Marlon Lundgren Garcia was. Now, he's quickly becoming one of the biggest Twitch streamers out there, and it's not just on Twitch either. His strategy was to build across all the platforms and be present everywhere potential audiences looked. We'll be breaking more of that down later, but first, we have to go to the beginning of Marlon's start on social media. It all began with TikTok. He's admitted that he is not the most proud of his early TikTok period, but there's no doubt it was an important stepping stone to where he is today. His entire page in the beginning was just straight-up thirst trap posts. However, he did post consistently and was definitely starting to get some attention. It was around then that he decided he wanted to give Twitch a try. At that point, things were still looking pretty bleak for Marlon. He was homeless and streaming out of an abandoned garage. Some nights, the temperatures would drop into the low teens, and viewers could literally see his breath. But Marlon had a plan and some new goals, so he got to work. The first thing he did was sit down and create a content schedule. This was pulled directly from Marlon's notebook. Monday, stream. Tuesday, post on YouTube. Wednesday, stream. Thursday, post on YouTube. Friday, stream. Saturday, edit/plan. Sunday, stream. Every day, 9 p.m. post 2 clips on Clip Channel. 10 p.m. post 2 clips on YouTube. He laid out a schedule for releasing content and made sure to stick to it. Part of his plan was posting an insane amount of content. Typically, people hope for that one video to break through and go viral. Marlon's approach was different. Instead, he focused on posting enough content to create a tight-knit audience. He wanted to create a group of fans who would follow him regardless of the platform. That effort has paid off big time. It allowed him to create and test a variety of content to see what worked best. People continued to show up to streams and were doing it for his entertaining personality and diverse content. Across his platforms, he pumps out different types of content to keep audiences engaged. This includes IRL Twitch streams, dating content, vlog-style videos, and sometimes just chatting-style streams. Regardless, his personality stays at the core of the entertainment and keeps bringing viewers back. In a way, his content is designed to bring viewers into his friend group and make it feel like a community. It's casual and feels off the cuff, but keeps people engaged. Not only that, but Marlon has started streaming a lot with other big-name streamers. A while back, he started hanging out with members of the FaZe clan. In particular, he hangs out with FaZe member Lacey, who is also a streamer. Ever since the pair met, they have practically been inseparable. They go on adventures together, skiing, visiting New York City, or other places, and collab with each other on content. Since Lacey has already been up a pretty large following, their friendship only helped boost Marlon across different platforms. Clips of the pair have racked up millions of views and helped him gain tons of new followers.
Made up, there's nothing you can do. Now you're in New York.
On a more personal side, Marlon has said that Lacey is practically a brother to him. Other streamers have even said that Marlon and Lacey are basically a perfect couple. They even both went to meet streamer Aiden Ross at his studio. Meeting Aiden was a big moment for Marlon. They both have a similar vibe and strategy for creating an audience. Since Aiden is such a huge name in the streaming community, it also only helped further solidify Marlon as a household Twitch name. Aiden has also helped boost Marlon and Lacey's audience by bringing them in on bigger opportunities. For example, he had rapper Kodak Black on a recent stream and brought the pair along to be part of the stream. That kind of exposure helps attract an even larger audience. Not only that, Aiden introduced them to Drake. The moment was pretty surreal for Marlon, who was pretty much unknown a year ago. During Aiden's stream, he FaceTimed Lacey and Marlon so they could meet Drake. But he's not the only celebrity Marlon has gotten to meet. Recently, Mr. Beast hosted a basketball game featuring an English US-based team versus a Spanish-speaking team. Despite being from Sweden, Marlon was selected to Mr. Beast's team to represent the United States. Before the game, Jimmy asked him why he didn't just join the NBA, but Marlon told him his true passion was streaming.
Why not just join the NBA? Why be a streamer instead?
It's just my passion. I love it, you know. Maybe I do both. Who knows, you know.
He got to play alongside Jimmy, Mark Rober, and other big-time streamers and YouTubers. The game was intense and a major milestone for Marlon. At the height of his live stream during the event, Marlon reached 1.5 million viewers. He gave an emotional talk afterwards about how far he's come. He started with nothing, and a year later, he's playing in a basketball game with Mr. Beast. Marlon's insane rise as a streamer and content creator in general has been insane, but that doesn't mean it's always easy. He actually ended up getting in some hot water recently with Twitch, and for a moment, fans thought it might be the end of his streaming career. On April 14th, 2025, viewers were shocked to find the following message on Marlon's Twitch page. This channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines or terms of service. There was a lot of speculation going around about what caused the temporary ban. Marlon himself was confused and shocked to hear the news. He reacted on X with a series of question marks. It's still not exactly clear why Marlon was banned, but a lot of people believe it's because of a recent appearance on a stream with Rumble and party streamer Sneeko. If you didn't already know, Sneeko has a permanent ban on Twitch. The temporary ban might have been triggered if Marlon was seen streaming with Sneeko. Twitch has been cracking down in recent years on some of its creators and does not want there to be any kind of loophole. Now, at this point, Marlon's temporary ban has been lifted, and he's back to streaming regularly. In some ways, it goes to show the kind of growth Marlon has experienced on the platform. He's become a household Twitch name, and quite possibly the new king of Twitch. Just to break down how explosive his growth is, you really have to look at the numbers. Let's break those down. In March of 2024, Marlon had about 900 Twitch followers. Just 1 year later, he has exploded to over 300,000 followers. That's a little over 3,000% growth. Similar story on YouTube. A year ago, he had 340 subs on YouTube. He now has over 200,000 subs, and day by day, he's still growing. It just goes to show, 1 year of hard, consistent work can change your entire life. Marlon didn't have some magic touch. He just kept moving, regardless of performance. He really focused on the people watching his content and grew organically by building a community. He's not quite as big as Aiden Ross yet, but clearly he's growing so fast he's probably going to catch up. The key to his success was that he worked hard and kept moving no matter what. If it's possible for someone who is...
Did you end stream? Did bro end stream? Yap Nation family. I changed it to young and free. I think that's pretty tough if you ask me, I'm not gonna lie.
Practically homeless, it's possible for you too. That may be corny.
The So video was crazy, really? I saw some of the beef earlier. Like, she was crashing out on him. Like, it was funny. It was mad funny, I'm not gonna lie. Mad funny.
To some, but to Marlon, it's a way of life. It's how he became the new king of Twitch.